I want to pay you another compliment because that's the kind of guy I am, and this comes from the heart. I went to the SNL 50th.
Comes from the heart with no eye contact.
I know.
Well, I gotta pay you a compliment.
That's how we do
so
it.
Much.
I'm sorry.
And you're
gotta look at this rubber coaster.
You're a solid guy.
Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. It's so Irish, and it is St. Patrick's Day today.
Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day.
And guess what? I'm not doing this intentionally. I'm not a fan of St. Patrick's Day. I'm not a kiss me, I'm Irish guy.
No.
People are always giving me shit for not wearing green, and it's not a statement. I just completely forget. So I'm wearing.
Statement.
You think it's a statement?
I'm sure it's a statement.
I wanted to compliment you because I went to the SNL 50th, and I know that you were a creative force, a writer behind the SNL 50th. Along with some other fellows.
Yeah.
Was it Simon Rich?
Yeah, Simon was back too. And Emily Spivey, Paula Pell, James Anderson. Tina was working.
I have to say, I thought the show was great. I had good seats. I didn't know anything that was going to happen. And I think enough time has gone by. And I loved my time at Saturday Night Live. But I needed, all of us have war stories. All of us have some form of PTSD from the intensity of that time of our lives, that all this time went by and I came back and I just had a blast.
That's great.
I loved it. I loved talking to everybody. I enjoyed the show. I thought it was really well written. I thought it was paced really well. I was stunned at how much content there was. From beginning to end.
Granted, recurring sketches and things that had been done before or and the like. But there was so much new performance. Like it wasn't, they showed a couple, they showed the Schiller's Reel with John Belushi. They showed a couple filmed pieces, but that was it.
They showed a few commercial parody montages.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There were very few montages. It was mostly...
And that was mainly to make acts and get, it's like set transitions.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of new.
It was a lot of new material. I had a great seat to watch Eddie Murphy do two of the sketches he was in. My seat was just looking right into, and I maintain, if he's not the most talented person to ever grace Saturday Night Live, I don't know who it would be. He became Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
I watched him getting ready, band's playing, they're counting down, we're getting to within 30 seconds. His face is still completely neutral. He gets behind the podium where they're going to play Jeopardy, and he picks up his controller, and then I saw his face morph, and he became Tracy Morgan with like 3 seconds to go. And then he's in a Scared Straight sketch, which is in the exact same position, and he was mesmerizing to watch. And I'm stunned by him. I really am.
And also, it felt like a lot of Saturday Night Live on display in one moment, which is he says he's all the way Ray because he never does anything halfway, but his hair is braided on one half and then sticking up. And it was like that dumbass funny joke that Jost wrote. Then the hair department made that wig specifically for that. It looks perfect. And the sketch starts and it's just sort of like a broad touch. And then he has that joke. It was just a lot of things. Every department hard at work on like, the funniest, dumbest joke.
I had a absolutely lovely time. And this was, I think, a week and a half or something before the Oscars, and I didn't have time to go. And something in me said, you have to go. I got my ass there and just loved it, and loved getting to talk to Lorne and tell him, I hope some of this is sinking in, Lorne, and what you've achieved.
My God.
I want that for you. Getting to talk to so many people from over the years, some of whom worked on my late night show for a while when we were Rockefeller Center, and then drifted back to SNL. But I thought it was a triumph, and wow. I mean, I can't imagine everything that went into putting that show together.
Well, what was fun was, from my perspective, months out, there was Radio City, nothing Saturday, and then the broadcast on Sunday. And I talked to Lorne, and he'd tell me a couple things that were going to be at Radio City. And then he would tell me, and Sunday, I think it's Paul and maybe one other detail. This for months.
Right.
And then
which Paul?
Exactly.
You never know.
He broke a broom in half and said, "Fight it out." And they both won. They both won.
Which Paul? The one who had a partner that they didn't get along. That still doesn't help.
Wait, real quick, speaking of Paul McCartney, I feel bad because one of the two participants should break this joke, but right after the 50th, Marty Short did the end of the show, the good nights. He had introduced McCartney, and then he was doing the good nights and thanking everyone and thanks Paul McCartney, and it's big applause and all crazy. And then right after the credits are done, Fred runs up to Marty and he goes, "Dude, what did you say?" And he goes, What? And he goes, "You said Tony McCartney."
Oh my
And Marty
God.
goes, "What? Oh my God. Damn it." And he was like, "You said Tony McCartney."
That's fantastic.
It's such a good bit.
It's such a good bit because I would
You'd believe
immediately
it.
believe that.
Yeah.
Because, and this isn't true Armisen, who would lie about that?
Exactly. And when you're speaking in a setting like that live on TV, you really do feel slightly disconnected. It just all feels like air coming out of you. And
Yeah.
dude, you said Tony McCartney.
So messed up.
And Tony McCartney, and everyone still kind of applauded, but thought Marty had lost his mind.
Did he tell him right away? I'm just kidding.
I'm not sure how long. Probably right away.
They probably still haven't told him. It's why he's gone into seclusion.